We are live. 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 This is the check-in, and we're a little bit late. Hold on. God damn it! You realize we're right in the middle of a show, right? I had to hang up. Oh, he's probably gonna call back. Anyways, this is the check-in. We're late, but we're here. You know, we don't ever miss this show. Um, I'm about to set this other stuff up.
What's up, y'all? I'm your boy Jizzo, man.
And I'm your
Welcome,
boy Heat Detector. My bad.
welcome back. Another episode of the Check-In. We're here every Sunday at 8:30 p.m. We're just a little bit late today, man, because we do a bunch of other shows here at the Unwrap Studios. So sorry for that, but thank you for tuning in and watching. I'll go ahead and give you guys the disclaimer right now. We are not licensed therapists or psychologists, so the things that we talk about on the show, it's not medical advice, nothing, man. It's just the things the kind of tools that we want to give you guys to be able to get through situations and be able to deal with different things. So we always have different topics, and we speak about things that you probably don't want to hear, and so.
Yeah, with that being said, if you dream of bunny rabbits and you got your emotions on your sleeves and rainbows and all of that shit, man, and you're easily offended, please go somewhere else, because we're going to speak the real. We're going to speak what's on our mind. We're going to speak how we feel about it, most importantly. And we are entitled to our own opinion. You may not agree with it, but it is our opinion. We're entitled to that. If you don't like what's being said, just go to another page and go listen to something else. Go listen to Howdy Doody or something. We're looking for solutions, man. We talk about mental health issues, and tonight's subject is, I think, is becoming a mental health issue. I really think it is. I really think it's affecting men like in a crazy way. And it's if you read in the description, it's is expectations in dating causing stress, because dating now has turned into like I wouldn't recognize it if it came and tapped me on the shoulders, like for real. Like the women and their expectations of what, I don't know, what they should get or what a man should do for them on a date, like a first date, is, to me, insane. Like it just doesn't make any sense. And the reason I bring this up, because a video came across my Instagram, and it was a young lady in the car. The guy pulls in, and she starts. Well, it picks up as she's filming him. He's like asking her, why is she filming him? And the guy, the girl is just like, because you're broke. How dare you take me to Starbucks? And we had talked about something like this before. It was like the dude wanted to take the girl on an ice cream date.
Yeah, so we've had I think two of these. We had one was the ice cream date. The other, the other one was to the Bulls game with the cheap tickets.
Yeah, she wanted to be out on the floor.
Cheesecake Factory, I
The
believe.
Cheesecake
is what it was.
Factory
and
was
we did
another
the
one.
ice cream. So, but I think now it's
Starbucks.
yeah.
Like,
now
what?
it's Starbucks.
If I'm a man and I'm pursuing a woman, and like, what I'm supposed to go broke on the first date? I'm supposed to spend $600, $300 on the first date? That makes absolutely no sense to me. It makes zero sense. And then for a woman to get upset and mad about it and yelling, screaming about it or whatever, because the video I saw, the lady was, she was saying a bunch of shit to the dude, and the dude was just like, "What are you talking about, man? It's coffee, like, you know what I mean? I want to get to know you.
Well,
It's a first date."
I want to play devil's advocate on this one. As far as like, okay, when you pay, you get what you pay for, right? So maybe there's guys that have the money and they don't want to just go on some date with some regular chick. And I'm just speaking for them. Like, I'm not saying this is me. They don't want to go on a date with a regular chick. They're gonna spend a $300-$400 date to go with a badass chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess it depends like on how you're looking at it. Like, we wouldn't do it, but
So even a badass chick, what does that mean? That doesn't even mean anything. Like, if we're really being honest, like beauty's skin deep. Like for real, them looks ain't gonna be there forever. It's what's inside a person that counts. Like your heart, your integrity, you know, your ability to communicate. You know what I mean? If I go on a first date with a chick and like I don't know, like I'm not going to no restaurant like and spending $300, $200. I'm not going to a restaurant and spending $100. I don't even know this person. I don't know this person, and the whole point of a first date is like to get to know somebody. You know what I mean? Just to even see if there's even any chemistry, if there's anything. If I can't sit down with you and have a cup of coffee and have a conversation with you, what's that? What the hell is $300 dinner gonna do for me?
Okay, let me ask you something then. A chick comes and tells you, hey, what's up? Let me get your number, right? Somehow she gets your number and she texts you a while later, calls you and says, hey, I want to hang out with you. Come with me I'll meet you up at your house. Walk with me to the corner store. We're just gonna get some nachos and walk back to the house.
That's
you
cool.
going to that shit?
Yeah, why not?
I'm not.
Why?
Fuck that. I'm not walking through the hood to get nachos. That's
well,
what I'm saying.
I mean, but that doesn't have anything. I mean, so what? You're gonna go and spend $300? What are you saying? You're gonna go spend?
No, I'm just saying that I'm not saying anything about me. I'm just saying that there's different levels.
You just said you wouldn't do it.
There's different levels. Yeah, I'm just saying I wouldn't, but there's different levels. There's the nacho date, or there's the top of whatever building downtown that you go eat dinner at.
For a first date.
Some motherfuckers are doing that. Some people are doing that. Yeah, I mean, there's some people that have it like that, dog. That it doesn't.
If I had it like that, I still wouldn't do it.
But see, that's what I'm saying. There's people that have it like that and they would do it. I mean, I guess it just depends. But like,
if I don't know
shallowness.
If I don't know you, bro, and I've only talked to this person, and look, let's be clear, like a lot of people are dating online and everything, so they're just they're going by pictures, if they even video chat or whatever. And then the person wants to meet up, and the expectation is to, I'm supposed to go, like the video of this girl that I was talking about, she was talking about him spending at the minimum of $300 on their first date.
Wow, that's crazy.
Bro, like he barely met her.
Yeah, that's some, like, look. Me, I did say that shit about like I wouldn't go get the nachos, but many years ago when I was dating, I met someone that I matched with on the thing or whatever, and I guess it was some app that like linked you with people that you crossed paths with. It was a weird ass, I don't know what it was, but it was like if you guys walked the same street, it would like show you in the thing and you can swipe right or left. So I matched with someone and they said like, oh, I live a block from you. And, oh, do you want to just meet? We can just hang out on your front porch. And they did. They came over and I just sat on the front porch like of my house and just spoke with them.
Well, that's not really a date, but.
No, it wasn't a date, but I'm just saying it was a meeting and like, you know, I was down to just like, it didn't work out at all.
I mean, it could be a date. I mean, I don't know. Like.
I wasn't interested at all once I got in person with this person.
So why in the hell, if I'm going out on a first date, am I spending that kind of money, man? Like. I'm not invested in that relationship. It's not even a relationship at that point. But the point is, like, did you look up the definition?
I did.
Of let's get the definition of expectations.
So, so the question is, what does having expectations of someone mean? Expectations are what we want to happen in the future. Certain actions we wish someone would take, or an event we wish would happen. When we expect to happen, when what we expect to happen doesn't, we feel disappointed, sad, or even angry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what you think is supposed to happen. Expectations.
Right. Would you? So the girl that gets in the car, her expectation is you're spending $300 to take her out on a date because I don't know, she feels like she's worth a $300 date. I don't know how. First date too. I don't know how that's possible.
And his expectations are the complete opposite.
His expectations are, look, I just want to talk to this lady and get to know her and you know, have a cup of coffee or something. You know what I'm saying?
A cup of coffee costs $8. I mean, it's not like a dollar soda at the store. Like, but yeah, I mean, it just depends like on the woman too. Because
from a man's point of view, like that to me would be like, man, what is the point? Like, I don't even want to talk to none of these chicks now. Like, for what? You know what I mean? Because they're only looking, that shit is all superficial and that shit could be stressful. What if you're a person who does long for a relationship, who wants the companionship. You know what I'm saying? And every time you go to date someone or try to date someone, this is the wall that you're up against. This is the wall. Not that you don't have the money. You have the money, but you don't know this person. You're trying to get to know this person. That's got to be extremely stressful. You know what I'm saying? It feels like it would be.
In a situation from like dating, like when I have dated, like if I found someone that I was really interested in, right? Like I'm super.
But you never met them. Let's be clear. Like you never met them.
Well,
and you're going to
I
go
wouldn't
meet them
say-
for
I
the
wouldn't
first time
say
and
never.
take them
Like,
out
now
on a
you
date.
now you communicate via online, so it's not really you never meet someone because there's ways to video chat. There's
Yeah,
a
but
bunch of ways to do it,
you know,
like FaceTime.
a person can deceive somebody online easily.
But let's say there's this girl I never met and I really, really like her, really, really wanted her. Like, yeah, bro, I'm probably am gonna plan $100 date. Like, fuck yeah. If she says yes to me to a date, you better fucking believe I'm gonna do it. Like, I am gonna take her to go eat, maybe not a $300-$400 dinner, but we at least go into like a nice little place for. I'm wasting $150 at least on the dinner, $100, like, because that's how much you waste. But I'm just saying, in that situation, if I was very elated to be with this girl, agreed with me, yes, I would spend that much.
So
Now,
so let me ask you this. Okay, so you're willing to spend the $150, right? You're excited. You're elated, as you said. What do you do when she says to you, "What? $150? Like what?"
the same thing I do when I lose at the blackjack table. Keep it fucking moving then. All right, cool. If that's how she is, then cool. Then I dodged it. It only costed me a dinner and I dodged it. Bye. See you later. Like, that's what I would say. Fuck it. I dodged it. My dad taught me a lesson one time. You just can get rid of people for whatever it is they owe you. They running from you for $5. Look, it only costed me $5 to get that away from me. In this situation, it would be $100 dinner. But yeah, bro, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, but you can kind of scope that out. I mean, you would think you could scope that out in a woman. Like, all right, she's not about to be like, what, $150 dinner? You'd be able to scope that in the
because we're also
conversation.
living. This even goes back to other things that we've talked about. I mean, and this is why I asked if it's stressful, because the video that I saw, the girl actually pulled her phone out and was on a live and talking shit about
that's
him.
crazy.
And then putting his name out there and everything like that, and saying he was broke and all this shit because he was just going to take her to Starbucks. Man, that shit is crazy to me.
That's not cool. The phone, and that's like some new level shit. Like we talked about those other things, but we never talked about like the chick in the car going live because she's so entitled or has these grandiose expectations that just didn't happen in that situation.
Do you think men do the same thing to women? Because like the man could be no, hold on, because the man could be expecting sex on the first date, so his expectation is, when are we going to have sex? There was something else online I saw. There's a rapper that said, if you come into their VIP section, you're fucking. Period. Point blank. If you come into our VIP section, know that this is going to happen. That's an expectation, right? So the women can make a choice if they go in there or not, because they're in there. The guy's saying some shit about how much money they're spending in that VIP section. You know, thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's like, you can't just come in here and drink all this liquor and do all whatever, you know? And then there's guys that go on dates and the expectation is like, I'm going to take her out on a date. And if I'm spending $300, goddammit, something's going down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we going back to your house, my house, or the telly. But something's going to happen. Something's got to give. And it just makes me think about like just expectations, people's expectations, the stress of all of this kind of stuff. And we are in such a weird place right now, you know, in life, with everybody with phones and these expectations. We said something earlier about back in the day where you could just pull up next to a woman in a car and just start talking to her, get her number. Now you pull up on somebody, man, they're liable to call the police on you, mace you, or something. People don't interact.
But being upfront, I think, is key, like in the communication, because like, and I know this like might be side note, but like there's like a website that like if you are into, let's say, a certain little different lifestyle, like a more freakier lifestyle, there's like a website for like normal people that are on that, and in that their sites describe, their profile will describe like exactly the things they're into and what they're not into. And I think just in general, like when you're dealing
But people
with,
lie on all that shit.
like the guy could be honest on that date that you're talking about. The guy could be honest and just be like, "Hey, baby, look, man, this is what I'm about. I'm just out here dating, whatever. Like, be honest, upfront with your expectations." Maybe if that chick would have said to him before this shit happened and he drove over there to pick her up, if she would have sent him a message that said, "Look, I'll date you. You're cute, but if you're gonna take me on a date, I need to know you're serious, and I'm not trying to go to Starbucks or anything like that. Like, take me on a real dinner." That would have cleared everything up.
Whoa, $300 dinner?
No, let's $100 dinner. But
No, she was very specific. The minimum.
her expectations are that.
The minimum $300.
Yeah, those are her expectations.
That's insane. That's insane, bro. Think about that shit.
She looked pretty ratchet, so she needs to take her ass somewhere else. Like, yeah, for her, I'm sorry to judge her, but for her, that did not seem realistic. But like
It doesn't seem realistic.
The chicks that Drake dates, you're not taking them to Starbucks, dude. You're not. Like, not after
No.
they dated Drake and he spent fucking $10,000 on dinners for them. Like, nah, bro. Like, it's not happening.
We're talking about real life situations.
have higher
And we're talking about real life situations.
Okay.
Bro. Like, we're talking about the average guy. We're not talking about fucking Drake. The average guy.
Even on the dating profiles, they say like regular, like when I used to be on Facebook dating or this or that, it was pretty clear, like the other people's profiles, like I'm a single mom, I'm very busy, this is my expectations, I have very little time, you better be serious, like come healed, this and that. People
healed.
People are real clear with their expectations sometimes.
Yeah, but even saying something to somebody like if you're gonna come at me, be healed. That's like what? You're not gonna find. We say this shit all the time. Show me that person. Show me that person that is 100% healed from whatever trauma and shit in their life. That is an insane expectation. And who are they to say, "Oh, I'm not dating"? Like I get it. If you don't want to date somebody with any trauma or anything like that. But good luck. Good luck on that on your search, because you're gonna be hard pressed to find somebody that doesn't have some type of stress or trauma in their life. They may be working through it. And even if you have all of these things or had all of these things happen to you in your life, and you do the work and you're doing your due diligence to get help, like it's a constant struggle. It's a constant work. You know what I mean? It's under construction 24/7. No one's ever like 100% fully cured of any like real mental illness or any trauma. It's a constant work. I said it to someone the other day, like, man, like, because there's days I wake up and I'll be fine for most part of the day. Something will trigger me and then I'm all fucked up for a second. But I have to process that shit and I have to work through it. But that doesn't mean I'm fully fucking healed. You know what I'm saying? To find me a person that's 100% healed. Like what? No, this is a constant evolution. It's a constant work. You know what I'm saying? And so even when somebody has something like that, says something like that, like, come healed, or, come, if you're going to date me, you better do this or you better do that. You better make X amount of money. You better be able to spend every time we go out on a date $300 to $600. Like that is just.
You may not agree, but do you think those are unrealistic
I
expectations?
think in real life they're 100%, and that's part of the problem. Like with the internet, the people, they believe everything that they fucking see, and so they see or they compare themselves to celebrities or whatever. Like they see all this shit happen. Everybody's popping bottles. Everybody's doing all this shit. All that shit is a fucking lie. And so the expectation is, oh well, if he can't buy me a bag, if he can't get this, if he can't do that, then he ain't worth shit.
Let me ask you, what would merit a $300 dinner?
For me?
Yeah, for you. What
I gotta be dating you.
When does the $300
I've gotta be
dinner
dating
happen?
you. I've gotta be invested in you emotionally. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna.
So you're not against the $300.
I'm not against. I'm talking about
the first
the
date.
fuck no.
Okay.
I mean, like, let's be realistic. Let's be even if I had the bread, even if I had $300 that I could just blow like that, no diddy, I would not do it. I don't know this person. I'm not gonna.
I'll spend $100 though.
Well, you wild.
The 100, yeah, just the 100, dude, for a day. Come on, man, 50 a piece to go eat some food and have a drink. That's
why should that matter? Why, that's what I'm saying.
Because some people just want to have good times.
Why should a financial thing matter? Why should it?
Shouldn't.
What does it show? What does it show that you're? To me, it would show that you're frivolous with your goddamn money.
I like the thought of doing it, but I don't like the thought of it being a requirement. Like I like the thought of it. Like, man, once in a while, like, you know what?
Yes, you said that right. Once in a while
tonight, man.
But a first date once in a while sounds about right. When you are emotionally invested, when you have invested time and you're emotionally invested with someone. And you guys have you figured it out. Like, oh man, we're good. We're fucking dating. We're in a good place. Yeah, once in a while, take her out, splurge on her. You know what I mean? Because she'll probably do the same to you. You guys are working on something. You're doing something. But the first date?
What's your limit for the first date?
I don't have a limit on anything. That's the thing. But
well, first dates. We're talking.
First of all, if I go on a first date with somebody, I'm not going to no expensive ass restaurant. That's like going on a first date to the movies.
So I'm just.
Let me explain. Going to the movies on a first date is so stupid because you don't get any chance or anything to talk to that person. And you end up spending an hour and a half, 2 hours sitting there quiet watching a damn movie, and you still know nothing about this person. That makes zero sense. If you're sitting at a dinner, you're probably not going to talk too much. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? And then for the expectation to be that goddamn high.
$40? I
got stressed the fuck out just thinking about the shit.
So what, $40?
I just said I don't have a limit. I'm just saying if I don't know someone, why should there be pressure for me as a man? Why should there be pressure for me as a man to dig deep in my fucking pocket for someone I don't know?
We're not talking about pressure.
No, that is pressure.
I'm just saying, what do you think in your mind is the most that you would want to spend on a first date with a stranger?
First of all, I just got through saying I don't have a limit. I'm saying what I won't do. You know what I'm saying? The limit. It's not about the limit.
It is. We're talking.
It's about expectation. It's not about the limit.
We've been talking about numbers the whole episode. How is it not about limits? We've been saying 300 and 100.
No, so somebody else's expectation is what we've been talking about. We're talking about someone's expectations for going out on a date. Like, if I don't know you, and I said this in the beginning, it makes absolutely no sense to me, for me, to go a $300, a minimum of $300, and I don't even know you. I have zero anything really invested in you. What is that telling me about that person? Their interest isn't in me. If their interest is in me, we'll sit down and talk. We may not have to spend any money. You know what I'm saying? We go have a cup of coffee. Go grab an ice cream. Go somewhere and sit down, talk. We're meeting for the first time. Why should I feel pressure to take you somewhere and do all of this overly extravagant shit? Regardless if I can afford it or not. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time you went out on a date? Last time you went out on a date.
What would you consider a date?
The first time you met somebody,
first date was
the first time you went on a date. First date.
The last time I went on a first date was
You don't even have to give a date. It was just like
about time wise.
Just give a time.
Maybe like 2 years ago.
All right. What did you do on that first date?
Went to a bar, I think. Went to a bar and had some food and some drinks.
Okay. Nothing extravagant.
I mean, that shit was like $60. I'm
just saying, but nothing extravagant.
Nah, it wasn't 300. It was we ate and had a couple drinks each, and that was pretty much it.
Were you able to talk?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Get to know her a little bit.
Yep.
Dated again. Took her on another date after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
now
that
what if you go to meet up with her and you tell her, hey, meet me over here at the bar, and she says, bar? The fuck? You're gonna take me to a bar? Like, would you have felt any pressure to up the ante a little bit?
Hell no. I'll be like, what, you bougie? You can't go to a bar? I'll say it.
You just also got through saying you'd spend $150.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
And then you also
if she says she won't go to a bar, I'll be like, what, you bougie? Like, because I mean, we're talking different dates already at this point, but I mean, that first date it just didn't work out that way where I went on a $300 date. It just was like, oh, you want to, hey, what are you doing?
But you didn't feel any expectations. You didn't feel any pressure because it was just some simple shit.
Yeah, she just called and said, hey, I'm going to be over here later. You want to stop by and say hi? And I just, that's pretty much all it was. And I just stopped by, said I had some food. I paid for it. And then that was it. Like, no, it wasn't no pressure. It was just automatic to me. Like,
okay.
Now, I didn't even think to ask her.
If you picked her up and she's in your car and now she's pressing you, like really pressing you to spend some fucking bread.
Get out of my car. Get out. If she does that with the video that you had, with the fucking phone and wilding out in the get out the car. I'll pull that motherfucker over, walk around, open that door, and ask her to get out.
What if she just if she instead, because that girl said 300
that attitude.
But if this girl says no, you got to spend $150 on me. I don't want to go to no bar. You got to at least spend $150 on me.
Then yeah, I'll tap in with you. We'll see what's up. I won't just be like, screw you, I hate women. I'll just be like, yeah, well, all right, cool. I'll hit you up. We'll figure something out soon, and I'll just forget about it.
No, you've already picked her up, and you're headed to the bar.
Oh, she's not. She surprises me with it when we get into the car. I'll just be honest and be like, you know what? I know a spot here. We can just go have a drink if you want to. If not, like I can.
And then she starts giving you the business. Then what?
Then she can just stay home. Yeah, she can get out.
You wouldn't find that stressful?
Nah.
The next time you go out,
I'm not letting nobody
I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying though. That's why I asked it. Is it stressful?
No.
I'm not. Not necessarily you, but is the expectation causing stress? Is that
for certain guys? Yeah, bro. Because a lot, like, look, there's certain guys that everyone's not the same amongst, like, when guys getting girls. So some guys struggle to get girls, and when they're dealing in
situations, do you think that struggle is because of the expectations? And we're not even. Let's take the monetary.
Because of the superficialities and everything too. Like if you don't look good, like let's just say if you're a short chubby dude or something with bald, then you're bald or whatever. Like you might have some difficulty getting a chick. So that guy probably needs to do the $150 date if he gets a girl to say yes to him to go on a date. But if you're
why should he be under that kind of duress?
Because
just to get a fucking date.
Because it's hard out here for him. That's why. Unless he finds a girl that just has a really good heart, and God bless him if he does. But
really
if he's
good
trying
heart.
if he's trying to take out a bad bitch, like, that's real life shit. I know it makes I know it's like fuck, that's fucked up, but I'm talking the truth, bro. It's like that with broads. Like, you want to take out a badass bitch? I'm just being straight up. You want to take out a bad bitch? You probably have to take her to a fucking nice date, like. Possibly, unless you get a good looking girl with a nice heart. And yeah, those things are different, and everyone's not like that. But these girls you see on the Instagram and this and that, they ain't
the Instagram.
The Instagram. You said the Instagram.
No, I'm saying I'm not trying to correct your English. I'm saying voila, the girls that they see on Instagram.
Those girls, if you message them,
this shit is unrealistic, bro.
They have nowadays. They put out they'll make a post right on Instagram, and it'll say, and I see this on the Explore page, and it'll say don't message me unless you're gonna cash at me or you're gonna buy content. Like, it's just straight up. They're just saying, don't talk to me unless you are about to spend money. And guess what? They're all lined up ready to spend the money.
I had somebody hit me up on Facebook, and it was a simple message at first. Right? And this is kind of like, besides that video, this is kind of like why I'm just like, what the fuck? So it was just a simple, hey, what's up? And I got like, I don't know how many friends on Facebook. They're not all friends. I don't know all of these people. It's like damn near 4,000 people or something, right? And so I get the message like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing great. And like, who's this? And I go and look on their page and I'm like, I don't know this person. And immediately, I'm saying immediately, they didn't like, after they asked me what's up, how you doing and all that shit, it went straight to cash at me some money right now. Like immediately.
Straight up.
And they didn't ask for like $20 or some shit. They asked for like $80. They were pretty specific on the number too. Like, $80.
Like,
I don't even know this. I don't even know who this person is.
that's like the story I told when I went to the porch and they was like, can you help pay for this, this, and this, and this? They hit me with their expectations right off top.
Jory, shout out to Jay Norm in the building. He says it's a new era, craziness. Yeah, I'm see that's what I'm saying. I'm not losing my mind over this shit, but the expectation is like, what? When did we get there? And are men at fault for this?
Yeah.
Or are women at fault for this?
Go look at a female's post showing her ass. That shit'll have 10,000 likes, 500 shares, 50,000 comments.
But that doesn't warrant.
Let us post some hip hop shit, and this shit got 2 likes and one comment. Like, yeah, man, and we're all right there double tapping. Yeah, we built that shit up to that. But
You think so?
yeah, I mean, we also built it like Uncle Beat said. We also established the $40 price too.
Well,
so there's levels to it. There's the $40, and then there's the $150 date, and then there's the this and.
But you can't build anything off of that. You can't build.
Some people
how
aren't
do you
trying
build?
to build. They
How do
just
you
wanna
build a
fuck.
relationship with a person who is so self-centered in the very first date? The very first date, you just met them, and is so self-absorbed that they believe that in order for you to even be in their presence, you've got to spend X amount of money.
Yeah,
Tell me how that makes sense.
Look at when these guys go get wives in other countries. Yeah, the expectation is 100% that you are going to buy a house, give them a house, have them a car. That's the shit. The expectation up front. What up, Sheba?
What's up, Sheba?
Chicks who come off like that are trash. Period. Yeah, I think when you come off like that, it's trash. But I also think there might be another way that they do it where like they'll start to date you and do maybe a small date and then tell you like, hey, I like you, but if you can't help me with this, and then they be upfront maybe like.
So when okay, so we talk about a lot about growing up, being a man. And the expectations of being a man, a young man, a teenager, or whatever, a little boy growing up to be a man, right? We're told not to cry, not to do this. We're told to be providers. We're told to do all these things. And here we are now, the expectation to immediately start doing things that you don't do for someone until you actually are invested in that person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That, to me, that is like, that would be stressful if I was in that situation. It would be stressful as fuck. Like, what? You know what I mean? And let's say you had you're having great conversation with this person over the phone, and you're having great video conversations or whatever, and finally you guys work it up to meet. And immediately it's pay my bills, buy my phone, get my nails done. Like immediately?
Well, probably on a woman's end, she'd probably say that some guys pull up. And I've heard this like from friends of mine that are females that they've dated guys that'll pull up, pick them up, and they'll be driving. And after a few minutes, they'll look over and dude's got his dick in his hands.
Well,
like, hey,
that's a problem.
Expectations, like, and they're like, the fuck? You expecting me to like do this or that? Like, so yes, people fucking have their expectations. It's crazy.
That's that's some deviant shit, bro. That is not an expectation. That's deviance. You know what I'm saying? somebody just to pull their shit out in the car with
but
somebody.
back to
that,
the
you
idea
know,
what you were saying that like they expect sex. Women will go through that where they expect the guys fucking meeting them up like, hey, you expect sex? Oh, we're going to dinner. Okay, after that we're going to a hotel. Like they got to deal with that shit too with expectations, and that's probably why it's like that.
So if a person feels like I'm spending $300, and she's definitely got to do something.
I would say that at the $300 range, it would probably qualify.
Seriously,
that's fucked up. But I'm just saying. I mean, it doesn't like expectations, but
that is an expectation.
it's not mine. No, I'm just saying.
You said it would. I'm not trying to put you and throw you under the bus, but I'm just saying like how in the
most people would probably say yes if I take you to a $300 date. Like it's probably because we're about to be serious or we're about to like I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. All I know is
I haven't went on a $300
date.
date. I'm not rich like that, bro. So no, I haven't went on the $300 date. I wouldn't know about that. It's definitely a fucking no for me right now.
Somebody
you better meet me at Starbucks so we could get this fucking lavender milk.
You check the comments.
Matcha comment.
Somebody just because I heard it go bloop. But I think all the way around, it's just. I mean, I'm getting anxiety just thinking about the shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's the places too. Like if we're talking about dating on social media sites and shit like that, all the dating sites. Yeah, it's probably like that on there. But if you go to
everybody's on dating sites.
But if you're not, if you're in the streets and you're meeting people and you're moving,
people don't
want
to even meet and talk in the streets.
Yeah,
anymore.
they do. Yeah, they do. I'm in the streets all day. I drive all day. People definitely are talking. I see people. It's definitely people are outside. So yeah, man, you meet people outside at a good place, at a friend's house, at someone at this or that. You probably will find someone that's a good fucking person. But yeah, it's probably harder on social media. It's dating websites. Yeah, fuck you. These chicks have. You think your inbox got some messages? These chicks have 1,000 messages. Like you're just one of 1,000 in there.
Okay, Sheba says, I tell my male friends to keep your bread in your pocket. Let her be who she is first. If a real connection is possible, rarely do you even need an expensive date. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been on free dates and made connections. So yeah, I agree with all of it, bro. But I also I'm in the full range. It can be a cheap date. It could be a nice date. Like
so when you go on a nice date, you have any expectations on that date?
Nah.
So you're going in there, you're going deep in your fucking pockets. You don't even know.
$100 isn't deep in my pockets.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't fit. No, not. I'm just saying generally. Not. I'm not saying I'm balling. I'm just saying to me, $100 date it's not wild, bro. Like plates cost $30 and $35.
I didn't say it was wild. I'm just saying
you get that in 2 drinks. That's $100. I mean, that's not a huge date, man.
I don't know. I just like to me like, how are you going to make a connection with somebody if you're sitting there and they got a mouthful of food?
That's crazy. What you're saying that people don't? You've never talked to people eating over food like that?
Yeah, no, I have. But on a first date, I'm not saying I'm against dinner or anything like that.
You
what I'm
just
saying
don't
is
like that,
dude. I'm just saying. Excuse me. Like if you're going out on a date, the first date, like
yeah.
I guess
because the date doesn't finish.
I'm more into the art of conversation.
So you just want to sit on a bench with someone and stare at them and talk to them in their face, like
stare at them and talk to them in their face sounds
and not do nothing else extracurricular, like eat some food or have a drink, or that's what I'm saying. Like mix that into the Like you can talk to someone while you eat. Like
I didn't say you couldn't. I'm just saying it, bro. Look, all I'm saying is the expectation of something to go out and spend a bunch of money on a date with someone I don't know. And my intent is to get to know them. Where in that of getting to know somebody means I got to dig in my damn pocket. If conversation don't cost nothing. And if I want to get to know somebody, I need to know who they are, bro. I need to know the kind of person I'm. If I'm going to invest my time, my energy, my emotions, my feelings into a person, I need to know who the hell they are. I need to know who in the like. We had that one show, and the girl was like,
But your first date, you're talking about emotions and emotionally
"No, I'm not saying
invested. That's
no,
too
no,
much
no,
for
no,
a
no." I
first
said
date.
if I'm going to, bro.
But you're not doing that on the first date.
Exactly.
You're
I'm
not-
gonna get to know who she is. I can see who she is as a person on the first day by talking to her.
You just wouldn't want to spend 100, but other people would. Like that's what I'm saying. I would.
And it's okay. Real
She-
women aren't real women. Sheba, shout out to Sheba. Real women ain't for sale. They not counting your money. They want to talk to you. I still say cafe dates reveal so much. Summer walks, etc. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
talking
Sheba,
about
but let me
talking
ask
about
Sheba
conversation,
something.
bro.
But let me ask you about something. Can you not have? Would you appreciate if the guy that really liked you and you knew he did, and you went on a first date with him, he took you to a nice, like, you know, $35, $40 like Jamaican plate or some fucking Haitian food or something, a really nice place, like, and spend 100, like. You'd still be able to like interact and talk, and it's not a big deal.
I didn't say
like,
that. Like, you're taking what I said out of context. I didn't say that you can't like.
You just said about talking and eating.
I
and stuff
said
like
you're
that.
going to get to know somebody while they got a mouthful of food. I didn't say that you couldn't talk to them. I said you're going to get to know somebody. I'm like, if I don't know a person, I'm not going to go and do something with them to where that's going to take away from the conversation. I want to know who that person is. I'm not just going to dig in my fucking pocket and I don't know who I'm digging in my pocket for.
I don't know. I've been on a lot of dates, dog, and it's always involved going somewhere, buying the woman 2 or 3 drinks.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
So-
that's regular, bro. We're talking standard shit. You're saying that at the buying that we have to just be sitting and talking. Like, no, man, you
I
can
didn't say
have
we had
drinks,
to. I'm
get an appetizer, some fried dip, pickles and shit. Like, you can definitely interact at a place. All my dates I ever been on have all been in places where we've gotten food, we're eating, we'll have a soup, some like, yeah, all of my things have happened that way.
I just got through saying that.
When's the last time you went on a first date?
I don't know, man. It's been a long time.
Okay, so things change,
I get that, but I don't give a shit
Things
about
change.
it. I don't care about anything changing because my expectation is to get to know somebody. That's my expectation. If I'm going out on the first, we're talking. Remind
So where's
yourself.
a perfect place to get to know somebody? What would you say? Like, fuck
The
the
same
dinner.
thing Sheba said.
You want to
same
walk
thing.
with them on the beach?
If there was a beach around, I would. Like, what the hell? And let's just say this. If I'm meeting someone for the first time and we're talking, we take a walk, whatever, and if things are going well, sure, I'll say some shit like, "You hungry? You want to grab something to eat real quick?" If things are going well, but I'm only gonna know if they're going well if I take that time in the beginning to talk to that person, and it's up to me how much money I'm going to spend or where I'm going to take that person. The expectation of like, oh, you got to spend X amount of money on me is ridiculous. It's absurd. Like, you could kind of get a vibe off of somebody within the first 10 minutes of talking to them. And if you're moving around a little bit, like you're walking or something, you get a little parched, thirsty, you want to get a drink, you hungry, you want to grab something to eat, you know what I'm saying? Like, even as friends, hold on, Sheba says, you can go on a date, sure, but a man spending money should not be a requirement. The most solid dude is the one who can engage her without spending nothing. You see?
No, I see, but that doesn't disprove my point that I'm a man that's willing to spend $100 on a date with a woman. You're just not willing to.
I didn't say I wasn't willing to.
Yeah, you said that it's not a viable. It's not reasonable for you to do that.
It's not.
Since you're just meeting
You asked me what is my
we
limit.
just have difference in opinions.
No.
I would. You wouldn't.
You asked me I said there is no limit. My only thing is if it's the first date, I'm going to talk
Fuck it,
to
man.
that person.
Life's short, dog. How many dates have you been on? That's what I'm saying. I've been on a bunch of dates. I've seen how the dating scene is. I'm speaking from experience, That's why I'm saying this. So I'm not bullshitting. I've been on dates, dog. And recently. So not recently, but in the past few years. So yeah, bro. Like, that's standard shit, man. Go out for a burger, buy some dinner, spend $40-$50 on
I ain't doing that out the
date.
gate.
I am. That's what I'm saying.
So you're gonna meet.
Differences.
So you're gonna meet, and as soon as you meet, you're going
Absolutely.
straight to your digs.
No, well, so this is what I'm saying. If it was me personally, I would plan a date. So let's say we were in Chicago. We're in Chicago. I would say, okay, hey, I would tell her the plan. Hey, look, you want to go out? Let's hang. Let's go walk by the lake, and then when we get there, there's a spot a couple blocks away that has like a good dinner that we could have some dinner. I would plan shit, and then after that, go to a bar and have a drink. Like, yeah, dude, I've totally spent $100 on dates. That's shit.
Okay, so you didn't go, but you didn't go directly to the restaurant. You spent some time with her first, right?
Sometimes I've met people at the restaurant. Yeah, you meet people like that. Women nowadays aren't gonna meet you on a fucking secluded beach. They want to meet you in public, at a bar, at a restaurant, at a cafe. They
Okay,
wanna meet
cafe.
you.
That's not like a $300 or $100 date.
Tomato. We're not talking about the food or not food, cafe or not. 300 to me is crazy. Now that's crazy. That's where I have a limit. Like, of course, I'm not about to spend $150 or some crazy fucking high number like that on a first date. Nah, but if we go out for the night and we go to, let's say, dinner, and then we have some drinks, and that whole span I spent about $100, dude, that's nothing, bro. Like, that's
Okay.
normal for a date.
Okay.
Nowadays.
Now again, let me just reiterate this. I said, if I meet up with somebody and it's the first time, I want to talk to them.
Yeah.
I also said that in that process, maybe it's an hour or two, maybe it's 45 minutes, I don't know. And I say, I realize, oh, it's fucking noon or something, I'm hungry. Hey, you want to grab a bite to eat?
Women don't get up with you like that nowadays. It does not work that way. Nowadays, you have to give women a plan. You've got to say, hey, would you like
That
to
is
have...
a plan.
Hey, meet me at the beach and we're going to walk, and then just maybe like scheme up some other stuff to do. Nah, it doesn't work that way. Now, they want to have a plan. Like, they want you to tell them, hey, we're going to go here to eat. Like, are you cool with that? Like, and then it's not like, hey, let's go walk around the park and then we might get hungry and I might just invite you to the local deli like that's nearby. Like, they're not dating like that no more. You got to have a plan and tell them where they're going so they could dress up appropriate. It's not, it doesn't, you get lucky if
The first date, I don't even know this person.
I'm telling you,
I'm gonna
bro,
dress
that's
normal.
how it is.
I'm not
That's how it
I'm not
is.
gonna throw a fucking suit on.
Hell no, of course not. But you're gonna you might put a nice shirt, one of your nice regular shirts, and some jeans and your cool gym shoes or whatever, and go over and meet her at O'Malley's Pub that's really quiet on a Monday, and have this cheeseburger special for $15 and a beer for $5, and spend $50-$60 on just meeting her. Yeah, man, that's totally normal, man.
I guess if that's what I'm into.
I would actually be surprised if a girl said, yeah, I'll just meet you for the first time at Starbucks. Like, I kind of would be surprised, to be honest. I wouldn't even, I don't know.
You wouldn't meet up with her if she said Starbucks?
No, I said I probably wouldn't suggest the Starbucks.
Well, if she
as the
suggested
first.
it.
Yeah, if she suggested it, for sure, I kind of would play on like what she was thinking, like, because I'm down for whatever. So if she says Starbucks, I'll say cool. If she says O'Malley's Pub, I know I must spend 60. I'll have to analyze the situation and be like, do I really want to go with this chick there? I guess it also depends on on who we're talking about too. Like, for me personally, yeah, like if it's just someone that I'm not, maybe don't like that or something, and they just say, hey, you want to go have a coffee? Yeah, whatever, I might go, But if I know it's a chick that I'm like really interested, you ever have that chick you just been super interested in and shit? Where everyone's
Sure.
had that.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
didn't
man.
do none of that.
If that chick, what's the show from whatever, Winnie and whatever from the 70s, man? You know that dude loved that chick, man. And imagine you got the chick you have a super crush on, and she tells you let's go on a date. And man, you're gonna take her to the local drive-in shit. You're gonna spend money on the candy, the tickets, to take her to eat after, get a hot dog. Like, yeah, dude, you're gonna spend for the girl that you want.
I guess. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the expectation of it. We're talking about somebody that gets in a car with you and says, in order to take me on a date. So we've clarified some things. Let's clarify some things so we don't get things misconstrued. I'm not saying I wouldn't spend money on a date or anything like that. I'm saying I don't know this person. And then this person has this expectation of me to spend X amount of money on a first date. I don't even know this person. Like, that shit is ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure. That's why, and I agree.
And I'm just saying that within itself, like it's like that's for
It
just for
is.
guys in general. Like it's stressful. It's like what, you know. I don't know.
That's why I said my answer earlier. If it happened to me, I would definitely fucking say like no. Like I'm sorry. Like dude, I'm not going for that either. I'm not a fucking pendejo. Like I'm also. I have the multiple sides. Like if I really like the chick, I'll spend 100. But I no fucking pendejo. If this chick, if I see she's trying to evict me for some shit or has these crazy expectations, God bless her. She better tell me this shit up front. Because if she gets in the car and starts recording me talking about $300 date, she burn up, bro. I'll pull up and have one of my cousins pull her out the car. Like,
you see, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
She's fucked
like,
with me. Like, she better tell me up front about these expectations, or she better not record me. Shit.
That's crazy. But that's, I mean, but even he can hear it in your voice. Like it's straight, like you get upset about the shit. The shit is, that's what I'm saying. Like for men, for dating, and even women, because there's guys that go like that. There are those guys that say, you know, yeah, I'll do that, and maybe that's where they got that notion from. And then the guy is definitely on some like shit. I'm taking you on this $300 date. Well, guess what? As soon as this date's over, we going to go get it.
Like the $55,000 a year bitch. Fuck her, man. Straight up. Fuck that. I don't need that kind of shit. I don't need that kind of attitude from somebody or that kind of, because if you think that, imagine the other things that you think. That's how I look at it. If you believe that, what kind of other crazy shit that you believe? You can't fuck with us. You can't. What up, Dean? Send my brothers.
Dean?
What, you can't fuck with me because I don't make 55,000. What if I'm at 48 and I have some prospects to make another 10 next year? What if? Like, don't play yourself. Like, I'm not going. See, it ain't even about the 55,000. She could have said, I ain't fucking with him if he better make more than 30,000, right? Some lower number. Mm-hmm. I'm still not fucking with you because I could see that you're on that time. You're on demon time. You're on that money shit. You're counting numbers. You got to have the purse. You got to have this.
I think that the
that.
average man, you could look it up, but like the average man, hold on. Sheba says, "Real talk. Creativity is what real women look for. Chicks got all of their reality TV show expectations going, and that's whack. It really is. No dude should go for that. I agree, and that's the whole thing. It's like the stress of that shit, like the anxiety of that shit. Like the fuck, I gotta do this and do that because listen." We're all, as adults, we're all growing. We're all like, nobody's really hit where they're going to be in life. Like,
you ever heard?
I'm just saying, like, and especially when you're in a relationship or you're working towards getting in a relationship, man, the real expectation should be like, man, I hope I have chemistry with this woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some real shit.
You ever heard the line, it ain't tricking if you got it?
And that's the problem.
Exactly, because they built that up for those women.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I got it or not. It doesn't matter if I got it or not. Why would somebody be in my pockets anyway if you don't even fucking know me?
And some people don't give a fuck about that.
If a woman comes out the gate talking about your bread, that's already an issue. Exactly.
But look, you want to see how this is how real it is, right? When you're in the dating profiles, well, I think it was back when I used to be on Plenty of Fish many years ago. One of the drop downs, if you so wanted to, you could fill in this information, and it said income. And the drop down went down, and it went from like 0 to 30 to 40 and you could select how much you made.
And everybody's gonna lie on it because no one's gonna put their real shit in there.
You know what? A lot of people were at like 60, 70, like trying to keep it.
And
like,
the truth is,
like for what? Why does that even matter?
And the truth is that they probably only made about 30.
Yeah, and why does that even matter? I never filled that shit out. Like, why does that even matter? I didn't.
Well,
even
apparently
care.
it does matter. Nowadays, it does matter.
If it was in the thing, yeah, it's people asking for it. How much?
Yeah,
do you make?
but I mean, if I'm building a relationship with somebody, we're gonna build together. Right?
Like
I may start in that relationship. She may make more money than me in the beginning of it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. A relationship is 50-50, bro.
I heard that there's a website for people that is for dating, but it is only for people that make 250 grand or more. You have to make that much or more to be on the site. That's some crazy shit.
Well, I mean, that's out of a motherfucker's range, clearly. I mean,
yeah.
But I mean, the expectation of that's wild.
But
man.
that makes sense at that level. Why, if I make $750,000 a year?
Why would that make
Why
sense?
am I gonna fuck with
Why-
you if
so-
you're selling, wigs?
So
out of
that person isn't. That if it's a female, she makes so you make $250,000 a year, and you meet a chick and she's making 23,000. She's barely making it.
She's at
23,000.
Wendy's making
Yeah,
23,000.
she's beautiful. She seems like the sweetest person in the world. You're not going to date her. You're not going to ask her out on a date or anything.
If I'm that guy, which I'm not,
Yeah, speak hypothetically. If you're that guy,
hypothetically, if I'm that guy, probably not, bro. Probably not, because I bossed up. I worked to boss up to a level that I'm making $400,000 or $500,000 a year. I need someone who's also an entrepreneur and on that level to be fucking with me. Like,
you don't think that person has the capability because they're sitting,
yeah, they have the capability.
They're standing
maybe,
behind a
but
counter at Wendy's.
dude, it's just if you're at that level, man. Like, it just you want to be with someone that's also a boss. Like, you can't be a boss. And
You can be. How come you can't be a boss at a certain level of money?
No,
that's
what I'm
the
saying
crazy
is,
expectation.
You finished
see what
that
I'm saying?
sentence for me. I said
didn't.
you
I'm
can't be a
asking.
boss and be
it was
with
a
someone
question.
who's probably not like on that level. No, we're talking like major level. I'm not talking about the supervisor at Walmart that doesn't want to fuck with one of the trap dudes because you're a trap dude and I'm a supervisor at Walmart. No, I'm talking about the people that are fucking $750K, $500K a year, $1 million a year. They're probably not gonna fuck with no bum bitch.
Okay.
They're not. And the same thing with a broad that's also an entrepreneur and makes $2-3 million at her company per year. She owns it. She's probably not gonna fuck with a bum ass dude that's scratching his ass playing video games at home.
Okay, we're
with
not
his-
talking about somebody scratching their ass. We're talking about just a regular Joe, and it happens all the fucking time.
Maybe.
All
We've
the fucking
had this
time.
combo
Well,
before.
yeah, I know, because women are different than men. And if a woman is a real woman, she's going to want the emotional connection.
D-Nick would not be happy with this conversation
Probably wouldn't.
because he'd be saying no, proximity, location. It all has to make sense. And in a way, that shit do kind of be true. If I'm making $750K, you might be a good person. But to be honest, like, I probably need to be within, what do they say? The people you surround yourself, if you surround yourself around bosses, you a boss, right? Like, you surround yourself around robbers, you're going to be a fucking robber. It's probably like that in the dating scene when you're that rich, bro. You want to be around someone that's also on your level. That's
Right.
why there's sites. There wouldn't be a site for that if it wasn't a thing. People want that. People want to be with,
I get it. And
I
girls
would-
want
yeah.
somebody to spend $200, $300 on them on the first date. Is crazy.
but that don't mean I ain't gonna shoot my shot at the millionaire chick.
Okay.
I'm still shooting my motherfucking shot. If she got $2-3 million, I not because of that, but I still shoot my shot. If we're in a regular bar, two people standing next to each other, man, yeah, I'll shoot my shot. I mean, shit, wouldn't you?
And if she says, well, you're going to have to at least spend $200K on me.
Then I'd be like, then baby, I'm not the one for you. I'm sorry. I guess there's a misunderstanding here. I'm not rich. I'm just a regular dude. I work at fucking I work at Shy City Cypher. Like that.
Okay, so if that same chick
sucks.
that's on the same level as you says something like that to you, I because that $300 is the 100,000 to the other guy, and that's that same chick that's on the same level as you says, I need you to spend $300 on me on a date.
Yeah,
The first date.
Yeah,
The
no.
first date at that. You barely know her.
I'll call you later and let you know what's going on, and then she won't get the call later. Fuck that.
All right. I don't know.
She got her expectations. I got my expectations. Everyone's got their expectations, and maybe that's how relationships happen. People have two different sets of expectations, and they kind of meet somewhere, and bam, you know,
Boom,
you
there
go.
it is.
We met our expectations.
Right. Anyways, we're gonna call it one, man.
Yeah.
With that being said, man, Jizzo, last words.
Final words is that, I guess just be yourself, and that'll get you to what. Because if you do run into that chick that has the 3 million, if you just be yourself, she might just fall in love with that, and vice versa. Like, I guess just be yourself in situations, and if your true self is that they need to make 350K, then that's yourself. That's your true self. Good luck to you. I'm finding love. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Jizzle for Shizzle on Instagram. Holla at me. Shout out to Sheba. She said, I'm so glad I was accepted as is. Most comfortable feeling was building together.
See?
Hell yeah, that's a dope feeling. Building together, you see?
You see?
Both were at a certain level. You were at the same level he was, and y'all built up together. And
Well,
maybe
expectation
I
wasn't
might be at a
300.
higher level and want someone at that same level to continue building it.
You don't have to necessarily be. That would be
Or
my
you marry
last
an
words.
NBA player, right? And you ain't got shit. He meets you at the bar.
It doesn't even matter. Like my last thoughts on this is like, look, expectations. I think we should all have expectations, you know, in who we want our mate to be, who we want our person to be. I think we all should have expectations. But to have that thought immediately out the gate, to expect a person to spend X amount of money on you to just be in their presence, because the girl said in the video that you're paying to be in her presence. That's some narcissistic thinking. That's some self-centered thinking. You know, maybe he picked the wrong chick. Maybe she said the right things to him to get him to come and pick her up. I don't know. But clearly his expectations were different than hers. He wanted to do it like I was saying, like just go have a cup of coffee. Let me see where this chick's head's at. And maybe after he saw where her head's at, then he was going to say, all right, you want to go get something to eat? That's more logical to me than the other shit. But anyways, what the fuck do I know, man? I'm just a dude that does a podcast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know shit. I'm just a dude that's been through some things, though. I know what my expectations are in a relationship, and that's even with friends. I used to have a friend that his expectation every time he came to my fucking house was to drink everything that I had. That was his expectation. He didn't want to come over and build and do anything. He didn't want to try to come up with ideas to make money or do anything. He just wanted to come. His expectation to come to my house was to get drunk and him not have to do anything but to get drunk. And guess what? That guy's long gone. That guy was gone years ago. Like, I'm like, yo, my expectation for my friends is to be my friend. Bring something to the table, man. Let's invest our time with each other. Let's invest our friendship. Let's make a real investment in this. Because friendships are needed. Friendships, you know, we aspire to have good friends. There's nothing better than having a feeling of calling a friend you've known for 10, 11, 12 years and having a good conversation with them. It's nothing better than getting to know somebody and figuring out on the way of getting to know them and figuring out that, goddamn, I really fuck with this person, man. I really fuck with her. And guess what? The second date, I'm taking her and go spend $300 on a goddamn dinner. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, this has been the check-in. We'll talk to y'all next Sunday at 8:30, man. Peace, peace.